Yo, what up? It's DJ Sus1, the featurepresentation.com, where movies and music meet. We got my family, my friends, my team here, Quasi Quaz, Joey Franchise, and my brother Pretty Lou. And this is Movie Talk. What's up, fellas? Now, listen, I don't know what happened last week because Quasi and Joey were solo on those episodes, but the Coming to America trailer came out since then. Did y'all talk about the second trailer that just came out?
No, we talked about the first one. So.
Okay, the second trailer just came out. So I don't know if you guys watched it. If you guys didn't watch it, we could pause this damn Zoom so y'all can watch it real quick. But let me just say, I was excited about the first trailer because it had the same feel, except they look older. Now I'm not too sure. Now, with the second trailer, I'm not too sure.
Why is that? I'm still excited about it.
So me and Joey talked about this last week, and we were just kind of saying, yo, it looks cool, but it's like, yo, are they just rehashing the same jokes from the 80s and the 2021 version? It just seems like it's the same thing. It's just fast forward 30 years later, and that's not going to be a good look.
Usually in sequels, they do bring back certain characters, you know what I'm saying? I expected that, but it just didn't have the same energy and the feel in the trailer. And I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping that when I actually see the full film, I'm wrong.
Because you can't do Soul Glow twice. That joke only lands one time. That's just hilarious one time. You can't do
you're right on that.
Look, they brought back the characters from the barbershop, which I thought they were gonna do. You know, they brought back
they brought back Sexy Chocolate, man.
Everybody, dude, they even brought back my man Oha. She's your queen. They brought my man back. Everybody's back except the people that are dead.
What I'm trying to figure out with this story that they're doing, and part of my voice from a long Super Bowl weekend, is where the hell did Akeem have time to, like, you know, do his like fuckboy shit to, like, you know what I mean, really trick off?
That's what we were saying last week.
Well, we got
to want to know.
We got to see the movie, like. You know, before he got married, the royal penis was clean, remember? So maybe one of them chicks moved to New York. I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know what the story is going to be.
Or she was pregnant where they're at, and he was like, yo, don't tell nobody, but I'm going to send you to New York.
But
if anything, it would have been, we were saying it should have been Arsenio's character, because he was like straight fuckboy shit when he first went out there with Akeem. He was trying to get his shit on. So it should have been would have been Arsenio's kid out there. They go find him. But
I just hope that they bring you know, I don't expect it to be exactly the same feel because we're in modern times. You know, it's not the 80s anymore. It's not the 90s anymore. It's not even the early 2000s anymore. We are in a completely different era. But it just felt too different of a flick in the second trailer. Have you guys seen the second trailer? If not, I want you to go watch it real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah. No, I saw it.
I've seen it.
It's the same jokes though, bro, pretty much. Like you're saying, the barbershop stuff, the Arsenio Baptist church guy, all the same jokes. I mean, that's my fear that it's going to be.
But you know what, Quasi? I feel like it's a catch-22 because I feel like if you didn't bring those same characters back, there would have been complaints.
You could bring the characters. I'm just saying a fresh take with the characters. That's all I mean. But I could be wrong. I'm hoping it's the funniest shit I ever seen in my life. I'm hoping to be wrong about it. It just has that vibe, like, yo, they're trying to do too much nostalgia.
Same, but like maybe when Eddie brings back, you know, characters that are like beloved, like those guys. You know, he's playing the multiple roles. I mean, he's had success with it, with you know, with the Nutty Professor series, and I think he did another one.
That's true. That's true.
Similar to that.
Yeah, but Nutty Professor 1 was dope. Nutty Professor 2 was like, you know what I mean? So that's the trap. To me, that's the trap.
Well, let's hope that the director or whoever's doing the trailer is like, yo, we don't want to leak too. Let's give them the boring parts. You know what I'm saying? And give them the best parts during the movie.
Well, look, that's coming out on Amazon Prime next month, so we don't have that long of a wait. So we'll see real
March
soon.
5th. I saw that.
Yeah, we'll see real soon if it's a disappointment or it's a success. Now, I'm gonna let you guys talk about this because I have no idea about this, but I know you guys are familiar. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because they got a new trailer out.
Ooh,
love it. Looks sick.
Love it.
Sick. It's the new trailer.
And the best part is that you see Falcon just from the back, dressed as Captain America.
Yeah.
Y'all
He's got the shield.
Y'all peeped that, right?
He's got the shield.
All right,
Y'all
well,
peeped that.
Hold on, guys. Let Quasi talk for a second. Quasi, you saw the trailer?
Yeah, for sure.
So speaking on it a little bit to people who are watching us, that what to expect if they haven't seen the trailer and what you felt about it.
I mean, Joey and I spoke about this a little bit last week, but basically you've got the team up. So it's like Falcon, Winter Soldier, the timeline straight after Endgame. So same thing. We're talking as far as timeline where WandaVision is also, but they're kind of making this, the setup seems to me is kind of like that buddy cop kind of relationship,
love-hate relationship.
Have this that love-hate thing, and they're obviously they're going the route that the Captain America's movies went, where it's more of a spy espionage kind of take. You don't really know who the bad guys are yet. They showed in that first trailer that it's the guy from Civil War. Zemo's in there, and Joey probably knows a little bit more on that. But really, it's just going to be they showed a lot of cool action. They're obviously doing their spy shit, and it's going to be about that camaraderie and a lot of action. That's what they're promising. But
I think it's going to be a really nice compliment to what we just getting with the series with WandaVision, which is more kind of sitcom-y, more of like a mystery kind of vibe to it. So now it's going to give us a different take with Falcon and Winter Soldier being, like you said, spy, espionage, a lot of action-packed scenes, Falcon jumping out of planes and all these cool little action sequences. It looks amazing, and I really dig the buddy cop vibe because, at one time in the comics, both of them had the mantle, respectfully, of being Captain America. And then bringing back Zemo's cool thing. They got Zemo wearing his purple mask from the comic book. But there's another, I know there's another villain in there, and you see him in the trailer too. They have a mask. I forgot what. I gotta do more back.
Yeah,
back
me too. I forgot who that is. But there's definitely gonna be different elements in there. But Zemo, for sure is there because they revealed that in the first trailer. But it's like Joey's saying, a lot of good spy espionage. They're going around the same theme that the Captain America movies had. If you were fans of Winter Soldier, and the Civil War and all those movies, you're probably gonna love this new shit.
Falcon. Real quick too, like more of this like synopsis. I mean, obviously the main villain in this. There actually, I think there's another. I feel or predict there's going to be another villain. I think Thunderbolt Ross is gonna. They haven't. I don't think they've really they're gonna show him just yet. But I think he plays a part in taking that mantle that that Captain America gave to Falcon at the end of Endgame. I think the government, Thunderbolt Ross takes that mantle from him, and they create their own new Captain America. I think he's using experimental super serums to create another one, and it's gonna be pretty wild, man.
Yeah, I can't wait. It looks hot as hell. The second trailer, I already told you this last week, Joe. It's like, yo, at this point,
take my money.
Disney's like, MCU, take my money, dude. I'm in for these movies.
Guys, did you guys see the Super Bowl yesterday?
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I'm in Tampa.
Okay.
No, I can't.
I saw the stands of the Super Bowl.
Well, look, I'm just watching this clip right now. Did you guys see the Zack Snyder Justice League teaser clip?
I missed that.
No, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I missed that because I went to the bathroom.
Hold on, guys. Do me a favor. Because we're gonna.
I was lit.
Do me a favor because we're going to talk about it. We'll pause this right here and come right back in 1 second. Can you guys watch it right now? The Justice League Snyder Cut teaser clip that they played at the Super Bowl. I'm just going to say, they didn't show too much. I'm just going to say the visuals in that is already better than that trash ass Justice League that they dropped. What was it? Last year or 2 years ago? I don't even remember.
3 years ago, dude. Fucking 2017.
Start here, Quasi. What do you think of the clip? What do you feel?
Well, the clip is just I've seen that clip before, but Zach showed a different version of it where he's the cyborg character, because we're gonna get more of the backstory with Cyborg and with his mom before the crash and how he became Cyborg. I mean, I love the clip because it's just hints of what's to come. I mean, as you would say, this the Snyder Cut's about to be a serious movie, 4 hours of what we should have got almost 4 years ago with the BS Justice League that we got in theaters. That's nothing compared to what we're about to see now in a month and a half.
I'm gonna let Joey and Lou talk now. I'm big on defending Zack Snyder because a lot of people shit on him. I'm defending his vision and his visuals, but I'm not gonna erase the fact that he rushed and and went to Batman v Superman and fucked shit up. Not the visuals, but rushed the story and all that and threw just a whole bunch of shit in one pot. I don't know if that was his call or the studio's call.
To be fair, a lot of that's the studio too trying to cash in. So it's like probably half and half from what I read. Warner Brothers wanted to speed things up. They wanted to cash in on the money. They knew adding Batman was going to rake in some money, and they, played the cards, and they were a little wrong with that. So it's not all on Zach, but Zach probably could have said, hey, why don't we do Wonder Woman first? Why don't we do Aquaman first? But it was what it was.
We talk about Justice League every week because it's a big story. Joey, Pretty Lou, what do you guys expect to see in this thing? Like,
I think real quick, like
4 hours. What do you guys expect to see?
4 hours. If it was 5 hours, like I told Quasi last week, I'd watch it for 5 or 6 hours if the quality was good. And so far it does look good. We're getting a more darker tone, which I honestly really like, and I think DCU should kind of stick with that vibe because Marvel's got to figure it out, and they had their they've got their formula, and I think DC should take a different road and try to not be just like them, but kind of create their own little twist. And Quasi made a good point. I think what really messed up the movie before was, toys run this whole thing. These are superheroes. These are things that kids want to, play with and buy and bother their parents at Target and you know what I'm saying? So that plays a major factor in how they can really market, the movie. So the fact that Zack Snyder's giving us this take and we're seeing the tone and with the clip and getting a better backstory about how Cyborg was made and maybe a nice little Flash story too. Like, it can really make the movie a lot more complete and something that the fans really needed.
I feel the same way. I think DC should stay the way it is on comic books. Dark is better, because the DC comics from the 60s on has always been like a novel. If you're really into DC comics, every comic book from Batman, even Superman, it was always a novel. It was always like a dark novel, and that's what I think they got off. Like they went into the Nickelodeon Super Friends, you know what I'm saying? Which is that's not the real reason of DC. So, but I think this time, like Joey said, I think they're gonna take every character and show their past and how they became whatever, blah blah blah. Not really Batman and Superman.
Well, they already did that. They already did that in the solo movies for Aquaman and Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying?
But more really Cyborg and Flash. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna get Cyborg and Flash's story.
Cyborg and Flash, because in reality, remember, you still got Flashpoint coming next. So I know they're probably gonna go deeper with those two characters instead of Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman, because they already had that. And maybe they're gonna even probably go more. Remember now, you got some new characters now. They're putting now. We already know the Joker's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
We already know, of course, Darkseid, and we already know that what's his name is gonna be in it. The other villain with the helmet.
Steppenwolf.
Oh, Steppenwolf.
Not Steppenwolf. Yeah. No, not Steppenwolf. This guy.
Deathstroke.
The Deathstroke.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Deathstroke.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know how they're gonna put that, but I think now, since it's not rushed and he's taking his time on it, maybe it'll come out the way it's supposed to be.
Look, I'm always defending Zack Snyder, but there's a couple of things besides the fact that they rushed it, which could have been the studio on his ass, that is like, how the fuck was that? What's homie's name? The actor's name that played Lex Luthor? That should have never happened. Okay. Might be the worst.
Jesse Eisenberg, right?
Yes, yeah. Eisenberg. That might have been the worst Lex Luthor in the history of Lex Lutherism. And on top of that, this guy, what's his name, Jared Leto.
But hold up, and not to cut you off, but there's another confusion. I mean, Quasi. I mean,
he's not Lex Luthor's son.
Joey.
Lou disappeared.
But they keep. Oh shoot! Sorry, somebody. They keep saying that. Like, I'm still reading stuff that's not the real Lex Luthor for some reason.
Yeah, they're saying that because they fucked up the casting for Lex Luthor.
They're trying to erase that mistake.
I gotta ask. I gotta ask Such though, like, who would you have casted in place of Jesse Eisenberg? I mean, nobody's touching Gene Hackman. I mean, that's classic. But who would you who would you find to kind of compliment?
Can I be all the way honest? Gene Hackman's classic, one of the greatest actors of all time, but he's more classic because that's a Superman that I grew up on, and he's the best Superman. But if I was in charge, there would be more of the in shape, worked out businessman in the suit, bald head, Lex Luthor. Like that wasn't Gene Hackman, like either. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like Christopher Reeve was the greatest Superman ever, but he wasn't the Superman from the comic book visually the way Henry Cavill is, meaning muscle wise and all that. He's the best character though.
Different times.
It's different times. So I want
you had the 70s versus now. Yeah.
The way they made Henry Cavill's visual look like it got snatched right out of a comic book. I need to see that Lex Luthor snatched right out of a comic book, in shape, business persona, kind of intimidating, bald head. That little brat with the red hair, what was that? That looked like the Riddler.
Yeah, I think he did go off Jim
Well, we know
Carrey.
we're not gonna see. Yeah, we're not gonna see the Lex Luthor you want to see in this movie because basically it's the same cast that's already there. It's not Zack Snyder reshot a lot of stuff, but we know Jesse Eisenberg's still in this one because we already saw that Deathstroke scene from the original Justice League. That's still gonna be in there.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Who knows what they do in the future? But I'm just excited that this 4-hour cut is Zach's actual vision. That's what I want to see, and I think that's what the fans want to see.
Speaking of vision, we're gonna let Joey and Quasi talk about WandaVision episode 5 because I know nothing about it.
Have you not watched this show? We've already told you.
Not only have I not watched it, I'm not even interested. I might be wilding, I might be bugging, but I'm not even interested.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
When I saw the first 10 minutes of it, I was like, I can't watch this. But maybe I should.
You're crazy.
You got to stick with it. Me and Joey talked about this last week. You got to stick with it. The first 3 episodes, we get it. It's a little bit confusing. By 4, they were kind of like opening things up. So, okay, now you understand what's going on. This is ultimate.
By 4? Shoot.
Yeah. Episode. Well, here's the thing. To be fair, you got to do a build-up. So it's like 8, and each episode is only half an hour. You could binge right now 1 through 5 and it won't take that long, but it makes a lot of sense once you get to episode 4. You see what's going on. Wanda's created this alternate reality to deal with Vision's death. Okay. By 5, it really heated up, and Joey I know can attest to this too, because 5 was like the shit, and you understand that Wanda is actually the one that created this. At first, this agency Sword was thinking like that someone had pulled her into this universe, but no, it's clear that Wanda created this vision, and it's also clear that she's one of the most powerful Avengers there are. To spoil a little bit, they send in this drone thinking they're slick, and they're actually going to take Wanda out. This government agency called Sword, they think they are, and she literally walks out of the damn reality with the drone in hand, being like, "Is this yours?" and throws it back at him, and basically is like, "Yo, stop fucking with me, leave me alone, and I'll leave you alone." And like, she on some straight boss shit. So I'm gonna let Joey talk a little bit more about it. You're not watching it out, or you're crazy.
Quasi's selling it to me really well. I'm gonna have to just binge watch it tonight. I've been refusing.
I mean, it's dope. Let Joey talk on it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he hit it on the nose, man. It's starting to get really dark. Her jumping out the reality, her jumping out the bubble she created into actual reality.
That shit was dope.
Controlling everybody's minds outside of that bubble that had guns pointed at her, and she pointed the guns on one of the main guys at Sword. It's crazy. And then the ending, because her brother had died in Age of Ultron, Quicksilver. And they pay it off at the end with this crazy cast of from the X-Men universe that just pops up. The Quicksilver from the Evan Peters character from
X-Men.
Yeah, from the X-Men.
From Bryan Singer's X-Men. So yes, that's why I said you gotta watch it. So this was the whole point. Sorry to cut you off, Joey, a little bit, but this was the whole point of WandaVision to introduce mutants to the MCU. So people that are fans of the comics kind of knew this is where they were going because Disney got the rights to all the Fox material. So we knew they were eventually bringing the mutants in. It was just a matter of how they were going to do it, and this is what they came up with, and it's dope. So back to piggyback on what Joey's saying at the end of this episode, because we're talking spoilers anyway. Wanda opens the door and the brother's there because you see him from behind his head, and he's like, "Hey, no love for your brother, give me a hug." And she's like looking like, "What the fuck?" And then she gives him a hug, and you see it's the Quicksilver from the X-Men franchise, Bryan Singer's X-Men versus the MCU Quicksilver. So they've officially brought mutants into the MCU as of episode 5 of WandaVision. And more to come, you know that's happening. So
I'm excited to see what's next, man.
You guys won. I'm gonna check it out definitely because I felt
I'm telling you,
because I watched a little bit of the beginning of the first episode and I felt like I was watching Titanic. I was like,
I get it we get it because the first 3 it's like done in a sitcom style, but you have to get through that to understand this is what Wanda's doing on purpose to kind of cope. So she's creating this kind of perfect world for herself where it's like a sitcom to her, and you're the audience watching, kind of laughing, not laughing.
The first,
get it. Yeah.
The first 3 episodes we're watching Pleasantville, basically. You gotta get out that fucking world.
I mean, like the Truman Show. I will say, yeah, like the Truman Show, that reality, but it flips it on itself. So by episode 4, like I was telling you, the other side of it is the people on the outside are figuring it out too. Like, oh shit, this is really happening. This is this different reality. So they're looking into this bubble like it's the Truman Show. Like, okay, this is her world. This is how she's seeing it. I'm telling you, just watch.
It's wild because like each episode, you feel like something's wrong. Like, and there's like little glitches that happen in the show. You know, whether it's Vision noticing them or a character just not because they're being mind controlled. A character from the world that Wanda's created just kind of goes off a character, goes off script that Wanda's already created in everybody's heads in that town. And it's fucking trippy, bro. Like you gotta definitely check it out. And it literally unfolds episode 4 and 5, and it just makes you. I'm hooked. So I really can't wait for 6 to see what happens. Because like the last episode with Quicksilver pulling up at the door, and it's the douchey one from the X-Men movies. Like,
it's the X-Men one.
I'm like, what is happening?
Shit. Yeah, you're like, real quick before we jump to the next topic, I want to ask Joey something that I think is relevant for your next topic. Joey, do you think that WandaVision is going to lead into Spider-Man because now she's tearing into the universe layer? You think that's going to have something to do with it?
Now it makes sense. That's why, and I feel like that's exactly why they, properly titled Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness as the sequel, because she's literally probably tearing into. She probably has a way. Through her, she's evolving to the point where she could, grab stuff. Like you saw how Darcy reacted. She's like, she recasted her brother. Like she took him literally from a whole nother universe and put him in this reality. So I wonder if that's gonna be the same take she does when bringing like Electro back, bringing Doc Ock back, and creating
and the other Spider-Mans, the Tobey Maguires, Andrew Garfield. That's how they would explain it. Basically, they're making her to be like the most powerful, not mutant, but most powerful Avenger that there is.
They're saying that she actually was a mutant, but they couldn't use the term because they didn't have the rights to use the word mutant in the movies.
Because in the comics, technically, she's Magneto's daughter.
Yeah. And all that. So there was something already like in her gene or in her DNA. Where she had actually a mutant, and the Mind Stone, which she was created by, and what powers Vision, actually, just ignited, whatever DNA or, created the mutation.
All right, guys, stop because you're giving away everything. This has been a super spoiler episode. Me and Lou are gonna.
You don't care about spoilers.
I saw you catch up, man. Don't miss the bus.
Now I have to go watch it now. Now I'm gonna force myself to watch it. Lou, you watch it. We'll talk about it next week.
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
The only half-hour episodes, guys. Trust me, you can binge in no time. It's not like long drawn-out episodes. They're good.
I like being in your position because you get to watch it like all the way through
back to back
episodes.
That's dope.
Yeah. Look, in closing, Mission Impossible 7 after Tom Cruise flipped on everybody. Because of the whole not following the COVID restrictions, they resumed filming. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about Mission Impossible in another episode. They're creating an Uno movie based off the card game that we've all played and got pissed at people at. Uno. I don't understand why we need a movie of that. I don't understand what the movie is.
I mean, bro, they made an emojis movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, they made Lego movies, bro. Anything's possible. They made Lego, emojis.
All right, well, we got the Uno movie coming. We got to talk more about Spider-Man 3 in another episode. And I appreciate y'all, man. Yo, I love talking to y'all every week because I know we're building this platform, but we are sharing our love for the movie world and the TV world. And there's not many people who are into it like that. So Joey Franchise, Quasi Quaz. I'm just going to call you Quasi. And I'm my brother Pretty Lou, and I'm DJ Sus One. This is the Featuretation, where movies and music meet, and we got a lot of movies to talk about next week. So I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Yep.